Hello and welcome back to another Edexcel iGCSE ICT paper. This time we're looking at paper 2 and by popular request we're looking at the website question A3 from May 2019. What we're going to be making is this website here, Celtic Spring Scuba. So it's got this lovely green background, it's got this text here, it's got a link to a fictional website there, it's got a link to an email address, got a link to courses. This should be potentially up here, but I'll put it down here. I've got a link to a second page here. You can see the table there. And I've got the same kind of layout, same background, different title there, and I've got a link back home. This website was created with Microsoft Expressions Web 4. It's a free download. It is slightly older software, but it is good. It does everything we need to create the website. You wouldn't use it to create a professional website to sell something for a business, but for what we need for the exam, it's absolutely perfect. And I'll put a link down below. So let's go and have a look at the question. And we start at the top here. We're looking at the scenario. So if you've got down to the question, you've already read this, but it's worth just making a note here. You've got a telephone number, you've got a website address, email address, which you'll need later, and a house style, which is really, really important. All headings are bold and italic, logo in the top left-hand corner. So as we create our website, we need to remember that. The first thing you need to do before you even open Microsoft Expressions is go to your documents and create a folder for your website, create a root. And I've called mine CS website. You could just call yours website in the exam because you're only going to be making one website. They'll know what it is. So create a website there. And you can see I've copied my images into there, a link down in the description to those, and I've copied the web page document into there. This will make life so much easier later when you come to create your website. So here in Microsoft Expressions, the first thing I need to do is create a site. So go to Site and New Site there. And then you need to browse to choose Empty Site, and you need to browse there to your created folder, which I've already done. And when you've done that, you can see a link to all of your things there that you created. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is create a new file and new and page. General, HTML. Click OK. Now, I'm going to go down to page 9 and look at the exam question. The first thing to do, as with all these questions, is open a new WordPress document, enter your details into the header and save it as task A3, like this. OK. I'd recommend that you change the orientation to landscape for that one. Now, someone wants you to create 2 pages for his website. Content for the website is stored in web page. So when you open that, you can see the content for that there. And we can see that we've got different headings there, subheadings. So I'm assuming that's page 1 and that is page 2. I want you to create 2 link pages called Home and Courses. Both web pages must be saved as .html. The good thing about Expressions is it automatically saves it as HTML anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. Create the home page based on this design. So we can see we've got a wireframe, and I need to make this first. So go to Expressions and I'm going to start. Down here we can see we've got design view, we've got split view, so we can see the HTML, which we'll need later, and we can simply code it if we want to, but we're going to start off in design view. And to create this, I'm going to use layers. Beauty of using layers is it just makes it so easy to put the page together. So I just literally drop the layers onto the page there. So that's going to be for my logo. Like that, click and drag. This is going to be for my title. I'm just going to move that up to the top of the page there, and I'm going to drag that along. It hasn't specified how wide my page needs to be, so I'm just going to do it by line of sight there. I'm just going to simply go up to the edge of the page there. I'm going to create another one for my page title, and there needs to be another one for the link as well. Right, so I've nearly finished adding my layers there, and just putting the last one in. This one is for the address and email. So these two here are going to be for images, and it's specified that they need to be exactly 250 by 250, so exactly square. So to make them square, I go to split. I need to just have a look at the code there. I need to edit it. Okay, so I need to change the width to 250 and height by 250, like that. And I can do the same with the second one there. This layer here 250 by 250. Okay. So now, if I just move this down a bit, see that if I go back to design, I'm ready to go. And the first thing I want to do is insert my logo. So I'm just going to drag an image into there, and I'm going to double click on that. And I'm going to browse to my logo. I'll just place mine there. This is the logo that I created. I'm going to click OK. And I just want to resize that down to a small space. So first thing I need to do up here is add my title. My title is Celtic Springs Scuba. Now, I need to make that a certain size, and I need to make that bold and italic. So I'm going to highlight that, and it's asked me to make that. I can change my font there if I want. It's asked me to make that H1, bold, and italic. So if I go and look at the split, I look at the code there, emphasis. So if I go back to here, 18 bold, emphasis, italic. So I've got that in there like that, so that's okay. So I'm going to gain a mark for that at least. Right. Now here is going to be a page title, and I'm going to call it Introduction. And remember, that needs to be bold and italic as well, and I'm going to make that size 18. I'm going to leave this blank, so I'm going to do the link later on, but I am going to insert an image there from my images folder. So if I browse to that folder there, having that images folder in my website folder makes life so much easier now. Double click on that, click OK. Now, it is clearly far too big, so I'm just going to resize it to the right size, and that needs to be 250 by 250, so I just need to drag that in a bit like that and resize that, just take that up a bit like that. Okay, a little bit awkward, but I got there eventually. Again, if you get that wrong, you can go to the code, you can look at the code, and now I need to insert the second image. So here's my second image. One thing I can do just to make life easier, I can manually change the height here, so 250 like that, and I can change the width there manually like that to 250. Make sure you do that and you follow the specifications exactly, because you lose marks if you don't. Now I need to insert the text here, and the text is from this document, and it is the first couple of paragraphs there that I want. So I'm going to copy that, Control C, shortcut on the keyboard, or copy, Control V to paste that in there. Just maybe tidy that up a bit like that, and if you want to change the font you can. I'm going to change mine to a medium font, maybe a large font there like that, size 18. Right, if we're just going to have a look at this, there's a couple of things I need to do there. So I need to make the background color dark sea green, so do that first. The easiest way to do that is just simply right click and go to page properties and formatting, and here I need to choose more colors, and if I choose the right color there, I can type in my hex value, hexadecimal value, which I'm given here. Now this is a number in hex that I need to put into that to get the right color. It's really important that you do that. You don't choose your own color, you choose the color that is given to you in the exam paper. 8F, BC, 8F. Really important, or you're going to lose marks there. So don't think, oh, I don't like that dark green, I'm going to choose something else. Don't do that. It's got to be that. It's got to be that sage green color. If they've said that it's got to be that specific color, make sure it is. And click OK. Dark sea green. Click OK, and you see it changes to dark sea green. Text color for the introductory text needs to be midnight blue. So we need to make this font blue. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go to Format and Font, and I'm going to choose Color there, More Colors, and I'm going to choose the right color there. I'm going to type in from here Midnight Blue, hexadecimal color, specifies how much red, how much green, how much blue there is then there. 191970. So I type that in there, these three colors here. Okay, 191970. Click OK. Click OK, and that turns to blue. So let's go back to the thing here. So I've done that, I've got my company title H1, page title size 18. Remember, I specified that to be size 18 there. Okay. Size 18 font, bold and italic. Introductory text as a paragraph. If I just go and look at the split there, just go and look at the code here, you can see that it is in a P. That's paragraph, that's okay. 2 appropriate images, done. Content. This I need to do here. Include the email address and telephone number for Celtic Springs Scuba. Contact details are in the scenario. Make the email address and email link. Now if you remember from the design, the email address and telephone number has got to go down the bottom. So I've typed in the phone number there, 01632 444 675, and my email address is simon@csscuba.net. Now I press space, it automatically puts that as a mail to. And you see the mail to there, and that's the mark. Okay, make the address and email link, it is. Save the home page as index. File, save as. Type in index, so I've already saved that before. Click save. Nearly finished. So take a screenshot of your home page in a web browser, paste the screenshot and document in task A3. If I go to here, if I go to my folder where I have saved it, okay, then I'll be able to see a Chrome icon or maybe an Explorer icon. I can double click on that and I can see my page. Now you might want to scroll down so you can see the bottom of it there and get that in as much as possible. If you can't, remember you can go to your settings, you can zoom out to 90%, print screen that and paste that into your A3 document. Maybe add a title, home, index page there. So you can see that there. Now, that finishes that. Resave task A3, but don't print. And I have finished the first part of the task there. Question 2. Make a copy of the home page and rename it as courses. Now, that is really easy to do. If I just simply go to File and Save As, and I save that as courses in capital letters there. If it's specified capital letters, make sure it's in capital letters. Click Save. Okay, so now I've got courses. Open the courses file to make these changes. Just make sure up here that you are working on courses, not index, because you're going to wreck your website. If you don't, you're going to have to do it all again. So make sure that says courses. Just to be sure, I'm just going to close that. I'm just going to double click and open that again. So I'm definitely in my courses page. I'm not editing my index page. Open the courses file to make these changes. Page title courses, include a table using information from the website. So I'm going to change that to courses. And remember that was size 18 and it was bold and italic. Now I'm going to keep my 2 images there. Could possibly change them, but I'm going to leave them there. I'm just going to delete this text here, and now I'm going to insert a table. The table is from here. Here is the table that I need to create. So I'm going to go to here, and I have got the ability to create a table in expressions. So let's go to table and insert table. Now, the table, you need to count from here how many columns, and actually it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, and it is 6 rows. So rows 6, columns 5. You can change the cell padding if you want. I'm just going to leave that as it is, just leave that standard. And there's my table. Now, there simply isn't a way just to simply copy and paste all of this and paste it into expressions. It doesn't quite work like that. So what I've got to do is copy and paste these individually. So that's what I'm going to do. So there we go, I've copied all that in, and I just need to tidy it up a bit because it's not quite the same font. I'm just going to choose that Arial font there, and I'm just going to make sure that the title, I want the title in bold like that. And that's my table created. So I just simply copied and pasted that across. Now it does say to award 2 to 3 marks if it is clearly a table, so make sure you're inserting a table, you are copying and pasting it. It took me some time to do, but for 2 to 3 marks that is worth taking the time to do that. Number 3, create links between the 2 pages. So let's go and do that now. Now the links are going to go up here, okay, so I'm simply going to simply call that link to home, like that. Okay. I'm not going to bother creating buttons. I'm just going to do it really simple, just a simple working link, functional link. Okay. So if I highlight that there, right click, hyperlink, and I need that to go to index like that. Okay. Now I need to save that. I need to close that. I need to open up my index. I need a link on index to courses pages. Make sure I spelled it right. So again, right click, hyperlink, courses. OK. File, save. Now, let's just check that works. Save the courses pages also, resave the home page as index, screenshot of the courses page in a web browser. So let's go and open that up and just double check that it works. So that's my courses page, that should link to home. Okay, that's my home page, that should link back to courses there. It do look slightly different, so you could spend some time just to tidy that up a bit. I think that could just be realigned. But that's a functional website there, and you can see I've clearly got my table in there. Right now, so you can see if I scroll down, I've taken my screenshot of my courses page there. Now the next thing I need to do is display the HTML code for the home page. I need to copy and paste it into task A3. Let's go back to here. I'm in my home page there. I need to look at my code here. So just simply copy that, right click copy, and I can paste in here. So make a new page, and I can paste that in there. And might need to just put a title that is 9 pages long. So if that happens, what you might want to do is just highlight it. It's too much really to be handing in. I'm just going to change that to no spacing like that. Okay. Just to tidy it up a bit. I'm going to going to put a title in there, HTML for home page. And see, let's put that on 7 pages. So there's my HTML for the home page, and they'll be able to see what they want there. They can see that emphasis there. They can see that I've got this BR tags in there. I'll just leave them in. They can see that I've got here, I've got a P. I can see everything they want there. So then I would resave that, and then it asked me to print it, so I'd print that off. Task A3B. Open a new word processing document. Enter your name, details in the header. Save the task as A3B. So again, do that. Okay. I'd make sure probably that can be portrait for this one. That's okay. It doesn't need to be landscape. Someone wants you to make these changes to the HTML code for the home page. Text color for introductory text to black, 000000, and page title underline. Now if I go to design, I can quite easily change this to black. Okay, format and then font, and I can change that to black, 000000, like that. Okay, but I need the HTML for that, so I need to go to split. I need to look at that code there. Okay, so if we look at that, now we can't see some HTML code for making that black, but what I can see is that is using Auto Style 3. So this is CSS is using Auto Style 3. So if I scroll up the page and I find Auto Style 3, there I can see the color. The color is set there, 000000. So I can take a copy of that and I can paste that into there. Text in black, color, number 000000 there. Okay, maybe copy all of that into there. Right. Page title underline. So now he wants the page title here, he wants it underlined. So you can see that there. I can actually type in the code for that myself. If I put in the bracket there, which is shift and comma on most keyboards, U, close brackets, you see it's put the corresponding HTML bracket there. So I just need to go to the end, /U, like that, close bracket. We can now see that that's underlined. So what I need to do is copy that code and I need to paste that into there. And maybe if you want, you can highlight that. That should be obvious to the examiner that you've done that. Copy and paste, highlight the code to show where changes were made. So let's go and do that now. So could highlight that there. And we could highlight this here, okay? And this is the changes that I made to the code. So I'm just going to highlight that there, like that. Resave task A3B, do not print at this stage. Task A3C. Answer this question in the document task A3B. State and justify one improvement you have made to your website. To answer this question, you don't want to do generic things like I would change colors to make it more eye-catching. What I'll do is go down the social network route and say I'll add links to a social network site. Don't need to be specific. You don't need to give brand names like Facebook. Just put a social network site so that the user could see up-to-date photos of the events that CSCube is running, which could be shared with others. So that is a useful improvement for most websites that you're going to create, and that will give you another 2 marks. And total marks for task A3 is 22. So links to everything down below, links to Expressions website where you can download this, links to the files that you need for this, and have a go at that. Download Expressions, try that out, and let me know in the comments how you get on. Good luck. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.